Welcome to readtheticker.com. Today we're going to talk about the slide in Apple Inc. and we're going to look at it through waves of volume and price. Here we have the Apple chart. We have price, red bars are for down days, blue bars are for up days. We have the green line is 100 simple moving average. The blue line is a 200 simple moving average. The first volume, red is for down and blue is for up days. The first indicator here is our bull and bear volume waves, just a summation of the volume bars. For example, between here and here we have a down wave. Between there and here we have an up wave. So that's the clear summation or cumulative. Below here we have the summation of the same volume pattern, but we add the red bars and subtract the blue. In this particular case we add the blue bars and subtract the red, so it's net volume accumulation. And this indicator down here is our RTT trend power OBV. So what do we see here? Apple began its sell off there, and it's basically showing no strength until at this point over here. When was the first warning? The first warning was these 3 days here. It sold down to the 100, and the volume on the downside, as you can see here, was quite larger than any of the previous downside. It settled on the 100 but found no friends, and then obviously broke the 100. Now if you look here, look at the first wave down, that's the summation of the wave. Pretty much most of all that was selling because all the volume was large on the down days. There was very little volume on the up days. There's a bit of mucking around here. People got a bit confused, wondering what was going on. And then the volume really accelerated. So this wave here, as you can see, there was a down volume wave, but on this particular wave there was very aggressive selling. As you can see, the net up and down volume supported the down moves. Everybody was piling in the volume on the down days. There was very little volume on the up days. And we had a up wave here, as you can see, a nice little green up wave. But as you can see down below here, the volume on the down days literally drowned off the volume on the up days. So this is really just a bounce to sell into, and it was very much sold into it. As you can see here, here's the wave up, but there's no real support from the net volume side. So this is really basically all selling. We're going to go into the land of mush. As you can see here, we have nice little waves going on, but no real dominance. Pretty much you can sort of say they're the highest bars in that group there are all pretty much little red ones. So you can sort of say selling was pretty much dominating that. Some of the folks probably would have got on there on the 500. As you can see there is a big 500 level, big support. A couple of springs buying in there, but the truth is they were on their own. Okay, I think we had an Apple's earnings result down here that dragged the market down. A couple of little waves with no real buying. And this now it starts to get interesting. Here we have a big downswing, or down wave with lots of volume, and a lot of volume on the downside. You see that? The net volume confirms the volume on the cumulative side. But as you can see, the price move is not as great as the move up here. So we have to sort of say there's something else going on there. So you have to sort of say there is some buying in the background to show the relative strength of that move. Okay, now this is probably the beginning of something new. So here we have a little bit of an upswing. Good volume in that period of move, lots of volume. Volume on the up days was moderate, nothing to get too carried away. Plenty of volume on the downswing. Okay, this is probably the first downswing in a while where the volume just isn't there on the downside. There's more volume on the upside. So the wave is down, but the upside volume drowns out the effectiveness of their wave. And here we just have a shameful smash down to freak everybody out, down to 400. Really, this is just the big boys creating a spring or a shakeout where you smash the price down, and knowing fair well that the bullishness is going to come into it, because obviously the bullishness began back here, and the selling just dried up here. So we had moderate bullishness, selling was not really following it through. Then we had a bit of a shakeout, and for the first time in a long time since the high, we actually had a bit of a swing up there. It was pretty seriously bullish. So good volume on the upside, even equal to that. But as you can see down here on the net volume side, Most of the days were up days. Now, does that mean it's buying for a new position, or is it just very aggressive short covering? Well, at the moment, I'm going to give the bias to short covering, because here you can sort of see that it's dropped off in a pretty sort of mild sell-off. There's no real aggressive selling there, but there's nothing on the upswing either. So I can't really say without any determination that the bulls are taking charge of this. I suspect we may get a bit of a test back down to this level here, and then any swing up from there with good volume on the cumulative and on the net side to show that some real serious buying is going on to take it over the 100 SMA, maybe take it up to the 200. So that's how you read the waves and see what volume support is behind the move. We saw the bearishness start here. Hang on. Bearishness start there. Nobody stood up to buy. We had some head fakes here. The first bullish sign came in here, only moderately, and then a bit more of a statement by the bulls here, or maybe it's just short covering. But we just have to wait and see. Thanks for watching.